Hi, this is Al. In the last couple of months, we've been working together with DAI Global and USAID on a project they call Africa Lead. It's part of our Global Goals for Local Impact project, where we've been working with the communities of Nakuru North. And in this particular case, what we did is that we went and worked with them to explore how can data help farmers to identify their needs, to identify the gaps, and get them to sort of find solutions that improve their productivity, improve their access to markets, and improve how they work. In this work, we were intending to originally work with just 400 farmers because it was a pilot project. But there was so much interest in the community that it turned out that we were going to deal with 4,000 farmers. So we actually collected data, household data and farming data for 4,000 farmers in Kirima and Bahati locations. Now, when we reviewed that data, we learned a few things that are really important. Among the things that we learned are that a lot of the land is owned by older women. So you find that the older women are the generation of people in Kirima and Bahati locations who own the most land. And we also found that there are very few young farmers. So farmers under the age of 35 were very, very few. Majority of the farmers were over 55, but there was quite a sizable number as well that was between 45, well, let's say 40 and 55 years of age. What we have done with that data is that we went and we put it in an easy to understand way on a dashboard that is datalocal.info/farmersdata, and you could go and take a look at it as well. And in that, we've sort of storified the data and we've simplified how it is visualized so that it is easy for you and other farmers and others to sort of take a look at that data and make some decisions out of it. After we had done that, we had digitized that data, we had analyzed it, and we shared it back to the farmers. We got them to sort of begin conversations around what that data says to them and what they think they need to do about it. A number of initiatives are the ones that are brewing right now in Kirima and Bahati locations. One of them is the consolidation of land. A lot of the people we found own very small tracts of land, less than half an acre, less than an eighth of an acre. Now, when you put the homestead, then you find that a lot of people then are farming in a really small piece of land ultimately. In fact, here they call them plots. It's 50 feet by 100 feet. A lot of the land is at that level, which is about an eighth of an acre. So what we found is that a lot of these people then said is that they need to consolidate their farms so that they can be farming together as a cooperative of some kind, so that then what they would achieve is that they would achieve economies of scale in buying of inputs and also in negotiating better in the marketplace. The other thing that they were talking about is how do they begin to diversify. We found that most of the farmers make one of or two or four crops. That's maize, beans, there was a little bit of avocado, but mostly potatoes. So when we looked at that, we realized that when the rains come and harvest comes, then there's going to be a glut in those four crops, and there's very little else that has been grown there, and yet that land is so fertile and can grow so many other things. So one of the things that the farmers are doing is having a conversation about how to diversify their efforts so that they can grow different kinds of crops. The other thing that they talked about was that they needed to stop depending so much on brokers. Many of the farmers do not go outside of their homes to sell their produce. They wait for the brokers to come around and buy the crops, the produce from them, and as a result they get really bad prices. If, on the other hand, they took the produce to the market themselves, the prices definitely get considerably better because they negotiate at market rates rather than at farm rates. This was a really exciting project that we have had so far, and we have seen that there's been a lot of interest from government officials who have seen the value of data and who have seen ways in which they can begin to engage the farmers using data. And in fact, we started seeing from the county government some interventions being thought of how they can begin to add value to the farmers, and also how we can scale this up so that we cover the entire Nakuru county. So we shall be updating you as we go on with the engagement with these farmers, and as we continue to work with them to try and figure out how we can improve the course of their farming business, which is called agribusiness. And so if you feel that there's some way that you would like to sort of participate, just let us know. Our email address is hello@openinstitute.com. Our website is www.openinstitute.com, and I invite you to go over to the dashboard that we set up for the farmers so that you can review some of the data that there is to look at. The address for this is datalocal.info/farmers data. That's datalocal.info/farmers data. Just go over there, take a look at that data, and if you find a way that you feel that you want to participate, or you even just want to go down with us to see the farmers, give us a shout. We shall be happy to accommodate you. Thank you.